You have read the books, you try the strategies, you try the pickup lines, but deep down it still feels like something is missing and you try to be someone else. And here's now the deep truth. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. Most men think it is about tactics. The superficial pickup culture says to you, say this to a girl, say that to a girl, say this line, right? By the way, if you're tired like me of these fucking lines, join my Facebook group down below for ambitious men to attract the right people. And society's conditioning is telling you, hey, don't rock the boat, okay? Try to fit in. Yeah, try to fit in. Be quiet, okay? Yeah, fuck off this shit. Both is bullshit because you either try it in the way of pickup culture, then you have to play someone like you're not good enough, or you follow the way of society's conditioning, and you have to suppress yourself, right? And both of this can't work because at the end you suppress yourself and you feel like you're not good enough. In reality, it is about truth and alignment. You have to become the man who's aligned, and because of that, because you have this aligned inner world, you attract the right people. Okay, you have the right inner world, the right subconscious, and you still take action, you will attract the right people. But you have first to understand a couple of principles. Okay, so the first principle is the world is basically a reflection of yourself. It's called the mirror principle. Okay, and we start with the truth, like just look at your life and yeah, how you are right now, what are your results and everything. Look at your life and ask yourself, okay, what is the reflection currently of your life right now? Like in general, okay? Look at your life in general, ask yourself, what is the reflection? So why do you have this reflection? Because the world is like a mirror. You like look in the mirror and you see yourself, right? It's a reflection of your subconscious programming. So what we see in the world is actually always our mindset or subconscious programming, right? That gets reflected back to us basically every day. This is what you have to understand. Ask yourself, who are you right now? So the results that you have is because you have an identity. You embody someone. This is why you have the results right now. So who are you right now? Okay? What role are you playing right now? Right? Life is sometimes like a movie. We all play a role. What is yours? Okay? And the next step is before we can tap into creating your new who, so who you will be, ask yourself first, if you would not seek validation, approval, or get your self-esteem from the outside, what would you want from life? If you would have no fears, you will seek no validation, no approval, your self-esteem doesn't depend on the outside world. What do you really want from life? Like, what do you want, right? What kind of people do you want to attract? And as soon as you know that, I recommend you to write it at least one time down, really, to get this clarity and expand that. Okay, so clarity is an important point to improve that. And the next step is, as you know, okay, what you really want without the conditioning of society. You can now ask yourself, okay, who do I have to be for that, right? So who do you have to be to become this kind of person without the conditioning of society and the pickup culture of this bullshit, right? And now here comes the thing. So, okay, and now how do you condition yourself to become this who, to become this person, right? So the first step starts always with awareness, because only if you get aware of your conditioning, you can go beyond your conditioning. Makes sense, right? So awareness means you ask yourself, okay, what do you think? Like, what do I think? What do I feel? Right? And who I am really. With who I am, I mean the consciousness behind that, the observer. Right? Ask yourself that like 1 hour, okay, every hour, one time per hour. Okay? And the next step, so now you can go beyond your conditioning. You know, okay, I'm not my conditioning. And the next step is literally that you ask yourself, okay, like this person who I want to be, right? what kind of core beliefs does this person has, right? Like 3 to 5 core beliefs. What are the core beliefs of this person, right? So what are the core beliefs? Write them down and write them down in the present, right? I recommend you also to write it down that you start in a way with your I am state. I am then, so I am a confident person, for example. I am a charismatic person. So when you are this person who you really want to be, you are a charismatic person. You write it in the present, like you are already right now. And I recommend you to choose at least a couple of beliefs that start with I am. Okay? Because this is the most powerful beliefs. This is your identity. And what you do afterwards is you just basically print these beliefs out, or write them one time down so you have them clear. And then you just seek every day one confirmation that this belief is true. Something that happened the last days or weeks, okay? That gives you a confirmation that this is true, and you visualize that and you feel it like you have it already, like you're already this person, like you have these beliefs already. You do this every day. I recommend you to do this like in the morning and at the evening, because then your subconscious is the most open, right? Because it gets really open instead of closed. You're not that tense. Okay? And the next step is like over the day, while you're practicing all this awareness, right? And you have these beliefs that you practice in the morning, what you do before you go to a social meetup or anything, maybe even just outside, like literally just for a walk, you visualize how you behave like this new person, okay? But shortly, just 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have to sit down for 20 minutes, right? Just shortly before you go out, you tap into these emotions. And for that, it's necessary that you know, okay, how will this person feel, right? Ask yourself, when you are this person, right, with how the society is conditioning all this stuff, all this bullshit, like how would you feel? Then you have the clarity already about what you want, who you want to be, and how you want to feel or need to feel, right? And now you can tap into this feeling. So you visualize, you tap into this feeling, yeah, like you are already right now this person. You relax your body while doing that. You don't try to get it. More like you try to experience like you have it already, okay? And you do this like multiple times per day before you go to a social event, before you do something with other people, or even if no one watches, because it's not really about showing it to others, right? Just simply for yourself when you go for a walk. You tap into this energy so that one day you can do it 24 hours, 24/7. That it becomes reality, right? Now, one of the last steps is simply to act in alignment. Action is the bridge between the inner world and the outer world, okay? So I recommend you to tap into this, to use this visualization like you are already this person, okay? For example, before you go to the social event, you visualize who you are already, this extroverted person or charismatic person, or however you call yourself, like charismatic, confident person, right? And then you act and go to the social meetup and practice, right? And the formula for all of that is be, do, have, right? To become this person. Be comes from awareness and the intention, the visualization, where you go into this intention like you are already right now this person. Do is this action in alignment. It's not really about action, it's about aligned action. Otherwise it won't work. And the last step is the result. Be, do, have. Then you will have the result. You have actually all the time the results. Just don't the results that you want, because you're still not in alignment. But if you are in alignment, you get the results that you want. Okay? Comment below, what is your lesson from this video, or who do you want to be? And join my Facebook group to connect with like-minded people and learn more.